I'm loose. I said I'm loose, baby.
Pretty interesting.
Well, we should invest in one of those clappers.
That would be pretty fun.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the videos of the, what do you call that person that claps those?
The clapper.
She was an Italian lady on the set of Inglourious Bastards. There's a bunch of behind the scenes footage of this girl who would
She's sexy.
very sexy and very funny and being rude to Brad Pitt, but in a funny way, and calling the scenes these really funny names and totally blowing the actors off of their vibe right before the scene starts. It's funny. You should look at I'm sure there's a YouTube video.
Behind the scenes?
Yeah. It's behind the scenes.
I want to find out who played Hitler.
Right? Yeah, I mean, he did a good job. Getting his fucking face mutilated.
Spoiler!
Yeah. I watched that recently, man.
Yeah.
In 30-minute increments over a week or so.
I think Tarantino should keep doing movies like that where they change history.
Yeah.
He should do one where they prevent 9/11.
Ooh, yeah. Doubt it.
By killing George W. Bush when he was a baby.
I think Osama bin Laden did it alone.
Aren't you going to welcome us to the show?
I mean, I was waiting for you to.
No, it's not my job.
It's not really anyone's job.
I'm geeked up off the nicotine.
Yeah.
Spiced up.
There you go. I like to start my these episodes as unconsistently as possible.
Inconsistently.
Yeah, you're right. I'm a little geeked up myself on the cold brew.
Yeah?
Yeah. I made this a little bit later in the day than usual. I passed out on the couch as the family was getting ready for the YMCA because I was coming here, so I was sitting it out and I zonkered and then woke up.
Would you rather be here or with your family at the YMCA?
I mean, I'd always rather be with my family, but I like being here.
Hurts me when you say stuff like that, but it's okay.
I mean, there's not a whole lot of things. There's, even spearfishing. Well, I'll be spearfishing and I'll be thinking
I wish this fish was my child.
I can't wait till my kids can come do this with me.
Yeah, it's going to be a while.
Yeah. Riley, it's a funny thing. So Riley is loves swimming. Will not properly swim where you take breaths. She will only hold her breath and swim.
Cool.
It's like what she thinks swimming is.
That's what's up.
Yeah, she's really good at it.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
That is what swimming is.
No, I mean, there's a method of swimming.
You mean the one where you go,
yeah, freestyle? Yeah.
that shit is pussy.
That's what the Olympic people do.
No, they do other ones.
Yeah, but
Backstroke.
Staying underwater the whole time is just her. That's how she gets around in the pool. It's pretty cool. It's pretty funny to watch.
I've never been able to do that one because I get water in my nose and I start coughing and I start crying and my mom has to come get me.
Still?
Yep.
Yeah, I bet that's adorable.
Don't like it. I
Look
had
at
to
comfortable.
wear nose plugs.
One time I saw you in the pool over at
What?
Jackson's old
Oh yeah.
birthday party.
Well, I wasn't putting my face in the water. You may have noticed.
I did. You were just laying on a floaty,
Mm-hmm.
all just kicking back,
Enjoying myself.
sausage partying.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah. I had it poking out.
Did you notice this scab on my eyeball? You gonna ask me about it?
What happened?
I got a big scab on my eyelid.
What happened?
I was working on a sink. It's a James's plumbing moment.
Great.
Fast forward 5 minutes if you know it's good for you. I was underneath the sink and I couldn't get
sprocket was
the plastic-
detached from the percolator and
the plastic nut that was securing the soap dispenser, the old soap dispenser.
yeah.
I could not reach it, and there was no way to reach it. So
You're trying to reach the nut. Pause.
yeah, and I got out my saw, my little oscillating saw,
Uh-huh.
and was cutting the plastic nut, and it burned. A piece of molten plastic fell onto my eye, and then
Pretty nice that it didn't go in your eye, huh?
Yeah.
That happens to me all the time.
and then
Shit hits me right here, right there.
I went to swipe it off, laying under the sink, but it was actually, melted to my skin and wouldn't come off.
Yeah.
So I went to sit up to get it, because it was hurting real bad, but I didn't turn the saw off, the oscillating saw, so I just fucking maimed the underside of this guy's hole. Like I was trying to sit up and the saw was like buzzing and cutting all the. It was like under the sink. Nobody, now everyone knows about it, but nobody would have known about it.
Is that the type of thing where you just don't point it out to the homeowner?
100%. Do you know what under your sink looks like? Nobody knows what under your sink looks
I know what kind of stuff I have down there. Chemicals. They tell me not to drink them, but they look delicious.
Why do they?
Why do they make
so
it purple
delicious?
if it's not juice drink? My mom, I'm not capping, bought a big jug of Fabuloso for one of my little sister's birthday parties because she thought that it was juice drink.
It looks like juice drink.
And she goes, "Well, I don't know. It's in Spanish."
Oh.
Fabuloso. Love my mom. Shouts out, mom.
Yeah, that's great. I'm with that story, dude.
She's such a
So
good
you don't
lady.
realize how much you rub your eyes, or I never realized how much I rub my eyes until I was ripped off a fucking scab every time I've gone to rub my eyes in the last 3 days.
Damn, bro.
It won't heal because I keep accidentally ripping it off. It's fucking pretty cool, man.
Why are you rubbing your eyes so much?
You're just tired. You yawn during the day. Yeah, wah, crying because my life's so tough, Basically crying because of Charlie Kirk. And also crying because of the border crisis.
I'm so tuned out. I don't know what's going on.
I'm just kidding. I don't either. Dude, so one battle after another. Zing, we both watched it. It's fucking 9 out of 10 at the least, I think. Right?
Yeah, I would say so.
But, there's a friend of mine who's a bit of a chode who posted this huge thing on Facebook. He likes to post poems on Facebook from time to time.
Okay.
Nice people. And he chose to use this movie, One Battle After Another, as an opportunity to make a stance, to make a comment on his stance on the border situation. And I feel like maybe missed the whole point of the movie.
Can you read the poem?
No. Well, this one isn't a poem. First of all, I was just telling you the type of, Facebooker this person is that he.
So is he pro or anti-border?
Well, he's like pro freedom, like anti-border shit, anti-ICE.
Respect.
Yeah, like a fuck Trump person.
Yeah.
Yeah. A good friend, very good friend. But it was just funny that I took this film as to being like sort of using a popular subject just to tell a story, though. Not to
It's
really,
about characters.
yeah, man. And I didn't fucking, and obviously there's all this, white supremacist backdrop. But he's totally ragging on those people. Like,
Yeah.
what a clever way for their greeting to be Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
And
They're not
Christmas
portrayed as particularly like scary necessarily. They do seem to be nefarious and powerful,
And they
but they're kind of played as
brutally murdered this poor fellow.
jokes.
Twice.
I wouldn't call him a poor fella.
Okay.
Kind of a piece of shit. Well, let's hold off. I feel like we're gonna get too inside baseball. If you want to talk about the overarching political thing, they're portrayed as pretty goofy. The revolutionaries are also portrayed as pretty goofy. Would you not agree?
100%.
But they're also to write something like this. I feel like you have to know people like this because it's kind of affectionate. Where it's like, yeah, a lot of them are like disorganized stoners.
Oh yeah. So, the main
And they
character-
rap also. They flip on each other constantly.
Yeah.
Everybody in this movie that's like has the screws put to them ultimately ends up like giving up their
Yeah.
compatriots.
The main character is totally Teresa's dad.
You think so?
Oh no, 100%. Teresa does too. We
That's
just
what's up.
kept seeing. I made the comment early on. I was like, God damn, this guy's kind of like a Gary. And then she just kept seeing shit that he does.
Yeah.
And just like little idiosyncrasies. Not being a revolutionary, but Gary's a very like socially aware person.
Yeah.
And he's also like, just generally speaking, pretty discombobulated.
Yeah.
It's fucking so great, bro. And what a weird choice. You read this script, whose brain goes to Leo? I don't think anyone, but it ends up being perfect.
Yeah.
That says a lot about Leo, but also like what a great like choice, I think, because I don't know. The guy just
He's had some roles before where he gets to be kind of a mess, kind of shambolic. Like the end of The Aviator. that
Yeah,
type of thing.
even Rick Dawson.
Yeah, I was about to say, Once
Yeah.
Upon a Time in Hollywood, he's kind of like this guy. But he is, I mean, the thing with him is he inhabits this person so fully that 15 minutes into the movie, I'm not looking at it like, wow, Leo's doing a great job playing that guy. I'm like, this is the guy that I'm looking at.
Yeah, it does. He does do a great job at that. It's something about he must not have an actual identity
And I know, and
of his own.
kind of along with what you're saying about your experience watching it, and it's like, oh, this is like Teresa's dad. I know people like this also,
Yeah.
who are, you know,
In
very,
fact-
very socially leftist and have, you know, great morals about stuff. And they're kind of discombobulated
Yeah.
and they smoke too much weed.
Yeah, and they're just like
and they have
messy.
trouble actually accomplishing a lot of stuff. But I have a lot of affection for them.
And they're
And
very
so it-
genuine.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it just cracked me the fuck up the whole time. And I was watching it in this theater of people who I think were like, this is a serious political film. And it's like, it is a comedy.
Oh, it's 100%.
It's very funny.
What's funny is the Facebooker in question is very similar to the main character. He's a guy I grew up with, and we actually lived together. We had an apartment together, and he was just a messy guy, but like a poet and just like a really intelligent person,
Yeah.
like the most interesting person at the dinner party.
Sure.
But you know, his car really smells bad.
Yeah.
That
got
thing.
Roach holes burnt into his clothes.
Dude, there's just so much about the movie that I couldn't like. I started taking notes immediately. Oh, we had another Wire alum in the film. One of our people is Avon Barksdale. The guy that played Avon Barksdale is one of the what you call them? Revolutionaries. The black fella.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that was the RZA.
No, that's Avon Barksdale, dude. Whatever that guy's name is, 100% name, 100%. We Avon Barksdale, dude.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I thought that he was. I thought that was. No, he's in the RZA is in this movie. Maybe the other guy is too. Let me do a quick-
Where's the RZA?
The RZA was like one of the main guys.
Yeah, Wood Harris, Laredo. Wood Harris is his name.
Okay. Maybe the RZA is not in this movie. Maybe I'm tripping.
So yeah, the main.
Sean Penn
Okay, yeah. What about Sean?
was gangster.
Was incredible.
The RZA is in a new movie called One Spoon of Chocolate. I thought he was in this movie because it started with one.
So the
Which, by the way, yum yum.
Steely Dan is one of the greatest classic rock bands in my opinion.
Not a fan. Don't know very many songs by them.
Reeling
in the Years, probably the only one.
But and I like their music. You know, I might have a couple records downloaded or a greatest hits or something. But in my opinion, using dirty work in a film is incredible choice. They did it in that movie American Hustle too, because they're talking about in American Hustle. They're talking about who's the artist, the saxophone player, the Duke Ellington, and they talk about this Duke Ellington record where the first note on the album is every instrument at once. And that's how dirty work starts. It starts the organ, the drums, the guitar, and the voice all start at the same time. It's just such a fucking cinematic music, and to use it to like cover an interlude, like a time stretch, right, where they do the 16 years, and then it's that Steely Dan song. And the thing about old PTA is he plays songs out. He doesn't chop them up.
Let it run.
He makes the film to the music. I've learned, like, he doesn't manipulate the song.
That opening scene in Boogie Nights, the whole super long shot to Best of Your Love.
That's fucking incredible, dude.
Yeah.
And I just using dirty work to the introduction of the 16-year-old daughter, and then the new life that's everyone's fucking mess. I was just like super stoked about that, man. I was like hyped.
Yeah, I think
This movie had me so fucking.
Me too. I think too many people got kind of wrapped up in the politics of it. I think if you want to look at like who Paul Thomas Anderson is as a person, he's more sympathetic to these revolutionaries than he is to the white supremacists, obviously.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's not a movie that's like glazing revolutionaries. If you look at like what they're able to accomplish,
Yeah.
not much. And also, she kills a security guard, who I think it's a pointed choice to make this a black security guard that Perfidia shoots. Also, the names. So this is based on a Thomas Pynchon novel. but the characters are not named the same way. And it's also very loosely based on the Thomas Pynchon novel, which is called Vineland. Seems like this is new info for you.
Yeah, because it's written for the screen by Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yes, sir.
The closing credits is written.
It's inspired by
I got
Vineland.
you. Yeah.
But her name is Perfidia.
No, what's that?
The word perfidious means like dishonest and deceitful. Who would name their daughter that?
Yeah.
It's pretty wild. And then just the guy being named Steve Lockjaw.
Yeah, I thought
All the names, except for maybe like Tim Smith is one of the guys' names. But they're very. Thomas Pynchon always names his characters things like Hubert Slothrop and things like this, like these crazy names.
Where's Sean Penn been?
I don't know. He was interviewing El Chapo.
He looks great.
He looks old and shitty.
It's very fit.
Sure, yeah, but he's playing a Marine. He's very vascular in this movie.
65 years old, this guy.
I wanted to read a review by Dr. Umar.
Yeah, I mean,
now,
he
you're
looks
familiar
kind
with
of
Dr.
weird
Umar.
because of his hairdo and the look on his face. But Sean Penn nails it. That walk that the guy has.
Yeah,
the
he
Napoleon
walks
Complex
like
walk.
They really show how short he is.
Yeah,
a lot of movies they'll obfuscate that.
No, they even the final scene with him, he puts his feet on the desk and you see the lifts.
And she points it out.
Well, that's before. But I'm saying the scene where he gets gassed, he puts his feet up on the desk and you see the lifts for real.
Do you know who Dr. Umar is?
No.
Dr. Umar is like a black revolutionary type guy. He's very opposed to
White people?
race mixing and yes, white people in general.
Okay.
His at one point he was going to start a school, but it didn't really come together. But he basically like posts videos where he's my brothers and sisters, like very socially consciously commenting on this stuff. You would probably recognize him. I'll zoom in on this so you can see. This is Dr. Umar.
Okay, yeah, I recognize this.
This is his review of the movie, and I love his review. I may have to do a movie review on this one. A must-watch for revolutionaries and bunny hoppers alike. The fact that the movie released on the same day as Queen Mother Assata Shakur's passing has me thinking that this may have been an attempt to desecrate her image in the eyes of revolutionaries with false narratives of irresponsible motherhood, promiscuous bunny hopping, and snitching to the feds. My sister Tiana Taylor did a great job and should have been in the movie more. Way too much bunny hopping going on. Almost had me ready to walk out of the theater. I said to myself, if she kisses one of these Neanderthals one more time, I'm leaving. This movie helped me appreciate the contribution and spirit of true revolutionaries, as well as the unique challenges of my mixed-race African brothers and sisters. Easily one of the best movies thus far this century.
Oh, nice, this century.
So he was enraged by the bunny hopping, which is what he calls race mixing.
Black women with white men, sounds like.
Typically he's applying it to black men with white women, but in this case, yes, she's bunny hopping because he's talking about snow bunnies, but then Leo is a white snow bunny.
Yeah, the opening scene with her and Sean Penn is fucking hilarious, dude.
The whole thing is so funny.
And she's like, yeah, get that dick up.
Get that dick up. And that this creates this like sexual fascination in him that he just can't get. That's like driving. That scene is the impetus for the rest of the movie. You know,
it really is. Yeah,
her decision to force him to get a boner, which
he,
pretty impressive.
He produces on command, no hands, no nothing.
That could, if you're, I wouldn't have worked for me.
No,
I can't just snap my fingers
with a gun pointed at you. I thought that was like, yeah.
Actually,
yeah.
I might have. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe that has something to do with him too. You know, he's got this sort of complex going on. It seems like.
Interesting.
Because
I hadn't considered the gun element
in the scene that they share together in the hotel room. I mean, obviously, eventually they do, perform, actual, intercourse. But the visual is him being taken from behind.
Yeah, I think it's implied that she maybe puts the gun in his butt.
Yeah.
Speaking of Tiana Taylor, who plays Perfidia, smoke show.
I don't think so.
Oh, she's beautiful.
I feel
she
like
has very strong features.
Yeah,
and she has
like a fish, kind of.
I like that. She's very distinctive looking, and then obviously the body's insane.
Yes, very attractive.
She was in the music video for "Fade" by Kanye West. You may recall, where she's just doing this crazy dance number and just looking.
I don't know music videos very well anymore.
So hot.
But I didn't think so. I could see how that was considered that she was attractive. Her face was too masculine.
Well, I think it's good casting because she looks like a very distinctive, like,
She looks like a
strong
revolutionary.
woman. Yeah, absolutely.
She does. There's a line in it where her mom is like, she's a runner and you're a stump. How's that going? And I was like, man, that's a good fucking...
What makes you think you are in any way qualified to be with my daughter? And he just goes, me? So let's kind of... So I didn't take notes because I was just enjoying the theater experience. But if we can go through it kind of chronologically, it opens with them...
I did my typical...
It opens with them bombing this ice camp.
Yeah.
Releasing all these people, putting them on this truck.
Yeah, Yvonne Barkston.
And I wanted to ask you, the implication that I drew from it is then their Ghetto Pat, which is Leonardo DiCaprio's
He's
character.
got a bunch of names, right?
Ghetto Pat, the Bomberman, Rocket Man, that's what
Rocket Man, yeah.
He sets off this diversionary slew of fireworks, basically. That's his role in this whole thing. And then he ends up in the back of a car with Perfidia, with Tiana Taylor, who seems to be like the leader of the revolutionaries. And yes, she has this scene where she gets Sean Penn at gunpoint. She says, "Get your dick hard, get it up, get it up for me right now." And he gets it up, and then she's like, "Keep that dick hard," and like locks him up with the rest of the folks. And he's the commander of this base. His name is Steve Lockjaw.
That scene, I'm just grinning so hard. There's
And I was like,
so
oh, I
funny
get
about
what kind of movie this is. It's gonna be like kind of surreal
Yeah.
and weird, and I'm not supposed to be like, oh my god, like taking it too fucking seriously.
And,
You know?
but you have to know that people are going to when you're making it, right? Like,
I don't think he cares.
Yeah, that's true.
I think he's making it for the people that get it.
He made it for
And it's entertaining regardless of whether you get the humor. It's fucking entertaining. It's thrilling.
And they also, something that him and Tarantino, they share a lot of likeness as far as their point of view on the purpose of filmmaking and things like that. And I've heard them say, Tarantino I've heard in his speech, and Paul Thomas Anderson not so much, but make the movie that no one's seen before.
Sure.
And that's, I haven't seen anything like this.
Yeah, I think he pulled that off.
Yeah.
But so, Ghetto Pat ends up in the back of this car with Perfidia.
And then Jungle Pussy's out the window firing rounds up in the air.
Jungle Pussy is another black lady that's in their crew. And Perfidia, I need to go rewatch this with subtitles, but she starts saying something to Pat where she's like, oh, you like black girls, huh?
Yeah.
And she starts making out with him. And I think it's implied that that's like the beginning of their relationship. That she just kind of jumps in the back of it. She's like horny from doing this revolution.
I can see that. I can see that up until that point, he's kind of been like trying to win her affection by being her guy.
Maybe, but I also think he's just kind of like this passive dude, and she's like, I kind of like Ghetto Pat, and she just jumps him.
And then he also comes out of pocket in the end and starts screaming all this, lingo that I don't think was like part of their plan. Because he throws that smoke bomb and then starts saying, "We are blah 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 blah."
The French 75.
Yeah, and all
Viva la Revolution! Which they're named that. French 75 is a cocktail. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, it's a cocktail. They end up hooked up, and there's another scene where they're setting off another bomb to like shut down the electrical grid, and she wants to like fuck while the bomb's going off.
Yeah, she's a freaky.
Which is very funny. Well, she's horny about the revolution.
Yeah, well, she's I guess it's coming into question is she mentally stable or not?
I don't know. It's kind of your call on that. I would say no.
No. And anyway, she gets caught up with this Lockjaw. While she's doing because
he captures her.
DiCaprio is trying to teach her how to wire the bomb, and she's like, "Yeah, that's cool. Let's sex."
Yeah, she wants to fuck.
I thought that was gonna lead to an accidental discharge. I thought we were gonna get some like limb blown off because she wasn't paying attention.
It was an intentional discharge.
And he basically blackmails her and says, "If we do the hanky panky, you get to keep being a fucking revolutionary."
He catches her putting this bomb in the
Courthouse.
ceiling of this courthouse.
Yeah.
And he's like, meet me at this motel.
Yeah.
So then she shows up there. She's pointing the gun all in his face and stuff. And he's like so horned up and aroused by her. She turns him around and gets him up against the wall and then goes downtown with the gun. And he goes, ooh, which to me, she's either eating the butt Or she's putting the gun in
She's
the butt.
putting. She ain't
Or
no-
she's eating the butt to lube it up and then get the
Perfidia
gun.
ain't no eating no butt. That pussy don't pop for nobody, dude. I think in that moment she gets into it. I think,
You think she puts the gun in his butt?
and I think that she's having fun because
Sure. Who wouldn't?
she's murdering this guy if she's serious about being a revolutionary. She's murdering him. They're burying the body. You know, she's not true to the movement. in
It's an
that
example of
moment.
her being not mentally stable.
Yeah.
The fact that she fucks this dude is pretty crazy.
She's like is turned on about it as
And lets him-
he is.
Lets him
And breaks.
inseminate her.
Yeah, inseminate.
Pretty disappointed by that. And I didn't clock that. At no point during the movie was I like, oh, this might be his kid until he brings up the subject himself.
Really?
No, I was like, oh, that's Ghetto Pat's baby.
No, as soon as I saw her pregnant, because they cut from the scene of the butt stuff to her with a fucking AK and a big
I
gun.
I was not putting that together.
Oh man, yeah.
I guess because I assumed that she just, penetrated his butt and maybe,
I almost read
flicked his
immediately
penis.
that what was gonna happen happened. That what happened was that essentially like she's gonna find out white boy's her dad, but she's still gonna love DiCaprio's instead, and he'll be her dad anyway because he's really her dad.
Good for you. I did not
Thought
peep
that was
it. I didn't peep it until they have the conversation later with the Christmas
But-
Adventures being like, you might have a multiracial child.
Yeah, and then so like that, and then we get back reintroduced years later. Lockjaw's in the camp. He calls them. Says there's some town. What do they call that town? They call it a place.
You're skipping a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, it's fine. We're not.
Perfidia goes to jail. They do a
She
bank robbery and
snitches on everyone.
they do a bank robbery and she shoots a black security guard during the bank robbery and then they all get caught. There's a pretty good car chase.
Yes.
I liked. There's a lot of good car chases. In this
Oh
movie.
my fucking god.
The ending one is amazing.
The ending car chase I've never seen.
The way it was shot
Film
was
makes me like
spectacular.
that.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like that, and I've never been so. I mean, I probably have been, but it created a physical reaction.
Sure, it's almost nauseating.
Yeah, and it's just perfect. Oh my god, the going through the hills, the way that camera. I don't even know what he's doing, but
But Perfidia has abandoned Pat and their baby girl Charlene in order to do these revolutionary activities. And then she goes into witness protection after they get captured. Lockjaw hunts down a lot of the comrades, and he pops a lot of them just like on sight.
popping them.
Yeah, he's just showing up and just shooting them,
Yeah.
basically. And the other ones go on the run. Pat and Charlene go into hiding, and they adopt these new names, Bob and Willa Ferguson. And Perfidia, for whatever reason, she's in witness protection, and they just put her up in this nice house, and nobody's fucking keeping an eye on her.
Yeah.
So this is a great scene. Lockjaw shows up with flowers and knocks on the door.
Ready to get boofed, dude.
When she doesn't answer the door, he knocks it in with a sledgehammer with a battering ram.
He just keeps a battering ram.
He probably knew that he might need to do that and finds this
I
note.
just think
that
it's
says-
funny that he's got one on fleek.
She leaves a note that
On
says,
deck.
"This pussy don't pop for you."
Yeah.
And we see her escape to Mexico. But yes, now, flash forward 16 years. They're in the sanctuary city.
I'm a fool to do your dirty work.
Oh, yeah.
Such a great fucking song. If you're listening to this, turn this off and listen to that song right now.
It's a good tune.
Um,
Yeah, Bob is he's just, I'm looking at the Wikipedia, it says he's a drug addict.
no, he's not.
He smokes a lot of weed and he seems to have a drinking problem.
Yeah, of course, but nothing needs to be. What he needs to do something about is this gay ass vaping he's doing. I have a note
That's
here
cool.
that says vaping is a clear sign of emotional instability. So anytime I see someone vaping, first thing I can think of is that their life is probably unmanageable.
Okay.
Yeah, because they need nicotine so badly that they have to be able to hold on to this little electronic thing
Sure.
at any moment inside of any building, anywhere they are. They have to have it. It seems weird to me, and it smells like blue raspberry, which is,
What if it's a tasteful jewel?
I don't like those either. I smoke a cigarette like a fucking man, or don't.
Well, agree to disagree.
Maybe have a cigar from time to time.
I love a good cigar.
But the vaping thing, no one's ever going to convince me is cool. And I tried it, but the fact that I could do it anywhere does not bode well. I think that, like, you know, having certain restrictions on
It makes it more addictive.
Yeah, man. It's just like, I don't
Because
know.
now I was on a plane, for example, and my vape was dead, and I was like, great, now I can't vape on the plane, which is like a violation of federal law to do that. But I was like so upset that I couldn't vape on the
I
plane.
would lay in bed and fucking huff on that thing, dude. And that is crazy.
So you were a vapor.
For like a week. When I first quit smoking cigarettes 3-4 years ago, whatever it was.
You were in the bed vaping.
It must be 4 years now. It'll be December, it'll be however many years since I've had a cigarette. I don't
One of
know.
the first times I met you, you were like, yeah, I've been thinking about getting back into smoking cigarettes.
Every day. I think about it every day.
No, bro.
Yeah. I'll start tomorrow.
I've not had one in over a week. I haven't bought a pack in like 3 months.
Zippity fucking doodah.
They're bad.
Over a week.
They smell nasty.
Brag a little more when you got rid of the zones, the fucking Timu Zins you got over there.
My zones.
And to all our
Significantly
vaping
cheaper.
listeners, you know, I feel the same if you and I are talking about it.
Whatever.
As well. I don't agree with vaping. I think it's stupid.
What do you think of this first scene where we get reintroduced to Pat after the 16 years? He is, I mean, in his car, chiefing a bowl before going into a meeting with his daughter's teacher. So if you want to argue that he's a drug addict, I can see it. Because you can be addicted to weed. Smoking weed immediately before going in to talk to your daughter's teacher is kind of drug addict
But I
behavior.
think drug addict comes with some more baggage than pothead. I think you should call him a pothead.
Maybe.
Yeah, man. He's just a 50-year-old pothead.
Weed is a drug and he is addicted to weed.
For sure.
And he does addict behaviors throughout. For example, it's making him paranoid and he continues to smoke it and goes, don't get paranoid.
Yeah.
But he chiefs this bowl. This was another moment where I was like, this movie's gonna fucking kick ass. As he goes in and talks to the teacher and he's like, you teaching him the right history now?
Yeah.
And he's like, looking around at all the people, he's like, then you
Ben Franklin, the Grand Wizard.
fucking slave owner. And he hits the vape and she's like, you can't do that in here. And he's like, not listening to her. He's like, yeah, a lot of slave owners just vaping in this classroom. And then he just starts crying.
Which is a very common characteristic. So, like, he nails a couple of things that when I've known guys like this. You say you know guys like this. They're very endearing. Whenever they're dealing with authority, they're always very rude, and they don't have like any leg to stand on. Like when they deal with the police, they scream at the police.
Yeah.
And
Hey man,
wow, dude, why?
what are you doing?
I know my fucking rights, man. And then it gets like lucky too, you know. And but that's just such a real thing. It's so true to think that writing a character like him, you know those people, you know. You can tell that he knows people like that. Ooh, golly, dude, yawns.
Well, I think Paul Thomas Anderson is
6:45.
probably broadly a lefty guy and runs in these circles. So
Yeah, and it knows that guy.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and knows the sense.
And the guy is right that Benjamin Franklin was a slave owner, but it's also not the place and time to be making that point to this teacher who has a nose ring. I don't think that she's,
Yeah,
probably the biggest Franklin head. I personally am. I love Ben Franklin.
That's what's funny too, though. I hadn't even thought about how she's like, yeah, dumbass. I mean, we all know this, but we're here to teach the history, and that's.
And he starts crying, and he says that Willa's mother died a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
So we get it's also a good exposition because it shows us, okay, this is the story that he's been telling everybody, including his daughter, is that she died.
Is this?
And
Actress,
Lockjaw,
the daughter, she's from something else?
Chase Infinity. Let me see.
Very talented.
Crazy name.
Also very talented young girl.
She's in an Apple TV series called Presumed Innocent. Yeah, she crushed in this movie. No, I have not seen this TV show, but she is in the top 5 listed cast. So,
Okay.
along with Ruth Nega, that's her name. I'm allowed to say it.
Man, we're going hard in the paint on this movie.
I love it.
Yeah.
Lockjaw has become a colonel, and we see him getting getting this invite to join the Christmas Adventurers Club, which is like a secret society of white supremacists.
And it is the corniest group of fucking dudes.
Yeah.
I mean,
great casting.
Where
some of them seem normal, and then there's like old guys who are just so fucked up looking.
Yeah. So you're getting the idea when they first meet that they're in the hotel, you're above the guy. The guy is some sort of politician.
It would seem. I mean, all we know is that his daughter's getting married, and he's taking a break from her wedding to come do this.
Yeah, and
invitation
seems like a politician for sure. Seems like someone in a place of power, and you get the idea, and you've already said the name of it. But what's funny is they lead into the name. Mm-hmm. You get the idea that he's being sort of groomed or considered for this like very nefarious secret society. And then the name comes out, and it's the Christmas Adventurer Club. And their greeting is Merry Christmas, no matter what time of year it is.
Hail Santa.
Hail Saint Nick.
Hail Saint Nick, yeah.
I texted that to EB last night.
This is a very
Hail Saint Nick, dude.
Very Thomas Pynchon-y thing.
Really?
Just that he'll have these like secret organizations that have weird names like that don't necessarily line up with what they're doing.
And they're just ludicrous. It's just like, it brings this level of fucking just silliness to it that is so appropriate. I don't know, it makes you like eerily not threatened by it, even though they are like literally the most threatening of people that exist.
Sure.
You know, powerful, racists, I guess. And it's just like pretty intense. And all Sean Penn's character wants is to be in their club. When they let him in the club finally in the end, what he says, he goes, "Oh, mommy."
He's having flashbacks.
Man, I am fucking dying laughing during these scenes in this movie theater, by the way, to silence. There's only like
there were two girls at the back of the theater that were laughing at all the same stuff as me, and I should have tracked them down and introduced myself. But
yeah, me and Teresa were both chuckling.
Dude, this is what I'm saying. Sometimes people go in with a preconception, and then it's like, oh, you're not picking up on the humor in this because you're thinking too seriously about it or something. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Even the scene later where one of the Christmas Adventure guys goes, "A semen demon."
Oh my god, that's
clearly
in my notes.
a joke.
Semen demon is hilarious, dude. That's a really good one, dude. Semen Demon, that's my last note. Driving in the Hills is really good.
Yeah.
And that we're back and we've been reintroduced, and now
Lockjaw, I guess we find out later. I didn't get it at this point. I thought he was just I didn't connect the dots that he's joining this group. One of the questions they ask him is like, have you ever used drugs? Yeah. And like, have you ever been in an interracial relationship? And he says no. But I guess I missed this. He then is like, all right, time to track down.
Yeah, I gotta go kill this motherfucker.
My daughter and this, her dad.
Well, yeah, because they show you earlier that he knows about the baby because he rolls up on Leo in the grocery store when she's a baby, and it's the creepiest scene ever.
He gets behind Leo and he goes,
"You got a baby, male or female?"
Male or female. And he goes, "You like black girls?" Because I love them. I love black girls. They don't shy. The discussion of the interracial aspect of the relationship is very
it's great.
Out there. Yeah. They're not too politically correct about that.
And so he wages this sort of investigation or search party to find and they're living in this city, this
sanctuary city called Backtown Cross. And so he's like, this is going to be an immigration enforcement operation.
And he calls it, he says, we're going to go there and there's lots of wet and stinkies is what he calls the people.
Not very nice.
No. I just thought that whoever was writing that and came up for that with that nomenclature, it's like dead on what a guy like that would refer to, an illegal immigrant as a wet and stinky. It's just,
And he finds out where they are by getting this bounty hunter to go find one of their former comrades named Howard Somerville, who has this like radio program, which we kind of hear his radio program gives us a little bit more of their ideology. Uh-huh. They're just opposed. They think the United States is like a fascist government and all this stuff. And this bounty hunter grabs him and pulls him out of his house. and I really like this scene. These two kids that are sitting outside, they're just watching it happen. You think they're just like, oh, these are just these like disengaged youth. Nope, they run in and they immediately read off this distress signal.
Yeah,
that
he
left
has
printed
taped
out.
onto the radio. So they're on his side.
Yeah, he clearly was like linked in with the neighborhood kids and was like, yo, if I ever get pinched.
It's like one day you're going to see me get walked out of there with a hood on, and I need you to come in here, yeah.
So that triggers this distress signal to the rest of the group.
Bag on my face.
But it also now Lockjaw, whoever played the interrogator guy.
Yeah, Stanvers something. Detective Stanvers or something. That guy is like super polite.
I don't know what, I can't find his name in here.
It's Danvers is the character's name. I typed it down.
Is it? He's
Agent
amazing.
Danvers. Oh my god, polite.
That actor was so good.
Yeah.
And we see him interrogating Somerville, and he's just very
He's like
matter of fact about
very
everything.
nonchalant, but also telling you like your life is over.
And he's like, yeah, and we will kill your sister.
Yeah,
is the implication.
Getting ready to murder you. Yeah, and what's your sister's name again? I wonder how she feels about this. You know?
Exactly.
And
And
then
so
He
Somerville
rolls
flips.
immediately.
And so then they touch down. They have this whole crew. They're gonna go raid a bunch of these different local businesses. One of them's called like Clucky Chicken or something like that.
Yeah, that thing's referenced a few times.
And we've seen that Willa is in karate.
And her sensei
Yeah.
is none other than Benicio del Toro.
Yes, as Sergio San Carlos.
Fucking incredible role.
And Willa gets pulled out of this high school dance by Deandra, who's another member of the French 75 that we met earlier. Regina Hall.
Could we maybe?
She's great in everything.
Yeah.
I remember her from Scary Movie.
Could we maybe get into a universe where Gonzo from Fear and Loathing, the Johnny Depp?
Never seen it.
Okay. Well, do you know?
Yes.
Okay, so Benicio del Toro plays the lawyer, who's
Yes.
technically a figment of.
Spoiler, what the fuck?
Well, just you know that if you know about Gonzo journalism, that this lawyer character may or may not have been real, and there's like different variations of him throughout
Uh-huh.
the literature and all the different films or whatever. There's always this Gonzo character that may or may not have been a real guy, but maybe, just maybe, this version of him kind of lays off the acid and the cocaine and just kind of resides somewhere down in Mexico and becomes a sensei, and this is him 30 years later.
I haven't seen the movie, maybe.
It would be
I
a
don't know.
really cool character crossover.
Doesn't seem like a lawyer.
It's a reach. Yeah, well, neither does Gonzo.
This guy just seems like
He's just a lawyer by trade. I can't believe
his
you've never
name is
seen-
Gonzo in the movie.
No, he's like Dr. Gonzo. No, what do they call him? What do they call him? Are you looking up Fear and Loathing?
Yeah.
What's his?
Lawyer Fear.
Yeah, I forget what it's called.
Dr. Gonzo, you're right. Okay. Well, Gonzo journalism is.
Man, you
know.
say I'm right a lot, dude. You should probably just start assuming that I'm right before you actually get into it.
No.
I can't believe you've never seen that movie. The movie's like a
Too bad.
fucking classic.
Get over it.
No. I won't. Are you bummed that you haven't seen it? Are you not a Terry Gilliam fan?
I don't know. I haven't seen it. I've seen the Avenged Sevenfold music video based on it. Backcountry.
Jeez.
Caught here in a fiery place,
Oh my God.
I'll lose my will.
There's nothing worse than some shit funk band capturing some great piece of art.
Avenged Sevenfold rules. What are you talking about?
Alright.
R.I.P. to their drummer, the Rev.
They definitely all vape.
Do you know the names
We
of the
just
guys
said
in Avenged Sevenfold?
No, but they can tell you they all vape.
They're all sober, probably. I'm gonna read you the names of the members, and I want you to react.
Are they as bad as the Lumineers?
The lead singer is named M. Shadows. Rhythm guitar, Zachy Vengeance.
Nice.
Lead guitar, Sinister Gates.
Sinister Gates? Like Bill's little brother?
Johnny Christ on bass guitar. On the piano and the drums, R.I.P. the Rev. He died in 2009.
The Red.
Currently on the drums, Brooks Wackerman. Can you imagine him, M. Shadows, introducing the band? He's like, Zachy Vengeance, Sinister Gates, Brooks Wackerman.
What are they, fucking pro wrestlers, dude?
Dude, they're awesome. I love Avenged Sevenfold. But anyway, Anyway, sure.
So-
in your headcanon, you want this to be the same guy. I want him to be.
I want him to be like a
I want him to be
version.
the Puerto Rican thug from License to Kill, James Bond movie, which was one of his first roles. Benicio del Toro is one of the coolest and hottest guys ever.
Yeah, hands down. Well, wasn't like The Usual Suspect one of his first roles? I said, I'll flip you. I'll flip you for real.
Usual Suspects is after License to Kill.
Fenster?
License to Kill is like 1989. Timothy Dalton, James Bond.
Oh.
Underrated Bond.
I didn't know Benicio del Toro was in that.
Yeah. It's a pretty minor role.
Dude.
He's like licking a knife and being really sexually
Yeah, Benicio
threatening.
del Toro's gotta be top 10.
He's so good.
He's just incredible. But I'm not gonna leave the conversation that you need to watch Fear and Loathing. I feel like it's
Fine.
Okay.
I will. When I get done with, I'm watching the 50 Shades of Grey series.
All right, so something I want to bring up is okay, so
You're about to jump forward 45 minutes in the movie again, I bet. Go ahead.
no, so he puts together this squad. They're gonna go capture everybody,
Mhm.
and as soon as this plan like starts to go into place, and the signs of them arriving in this town, this piano music starts.
Yeah.
This like real kind of discombobulated jazz. And it sounds familiar too. It sounds like I've heard it in a movie before.
I don't think so.
Maybe
I'm
a
pretty sure
PTA
it's.
film.
I'm pretty sure it's Johnny Greenwood's
This
original score.
fucking music does not stop for like 25 minutes.
It's very nerve-wracking.
Oh my god, bro! It's super like unsettling, and it definitely like adds an element. And I keep thinking like, when is this music gonna fucking stop? And it just doesn't.
Never. But yeah, and as that's playing, basically we see Bob's home gets attacked by the fellas. Deandra rescues Willa from the school dance. Bob goes through this tunnel. Great scene where they drop like a smoke bomb down the tunnel. So he's holding his breath trying to get out of the tunnel. And he gets out and he's just like...
He comes out of this outdoor bathroom that's in like the back of a bus. Like that's the fucking cool. I was like, yeah! I almost stood up. I was super excited about that.
Yeah, and then he's running and all these just normal people are just kind of watching him look crazy. But he gets to Sergio San Carlos Benicio's dojo, comes in there. It's revealed.
His phone, dude.
It's revealed that Sergio is harboring a bunch of migrants at his house, basically, it looks like, and he evacuates them and helps them escape through another tunnel.
Very calmly. So Benicio del Toro's character is this sort of like unshakable. Just he's been preparing for this. He's always
got a
excited
beer
it's
ready
happening.
for Bob.
He's always got a beer ready. When he goes down a hidden trap door that's in the floor, a rug unravels when they're like running.
Yeah.
He like goes down this trap door and this like rug that's sitting back there unrolled. I thought that was pretty adorable. As if for like.
He gives Bob a gun.
Yeah, rifle. Yeah, he's been preparing for this forever. It's all this stuff in place.
He's extremely cool. At no point is he upset or freaked out about anything.
He's so cool.
But
he's got white linen pants on the whole time too.
that's fire.
Yeah,
And there's no brown is visible.
He's no, and when you meet him for the first time, he's the sensei. But when you meet him again, and Bob's freaking out. He's like chilling. He's taking his sandals off and putting his cowboy boots on.
Oh my god.
What?
It stopped recording.
Why?
Okay, yeah. Because they
I don't fucking know.
first thing I can think of is that their life is probably unmanageable.
Oh.
Okay, yeah.
They-
Because they
Oh.
Sorry, I don't know what the hell happened. I just noticed it. And it was still playing, so it didn't even show that.
Dang, how does that happen?
nothing needs to be. What he needs
This
to do
probably got
something about is
disconnected
this
somehow.
gay ass vaping he's doing. I have a note here that says vape.
Oh well, we lost like 15 minutes.
That was a good 15 minutes. All of Benicio del Toro.
We'll get back to it. You gotta
So
do another
chaos vaping that everyone's doing.
Second clap. Come on. Oh, I have to read. Yeah, it definitely got unplugged.
Really?
That's why it did that.
Down here?
No, this connection failed somehow. Let me move all this over here so it doesn't get.
I wonder if having 7 fucking cans of soda over there is
Has nothing to do with it.
helping. Do you think it's helping?
I think it's,
Do you think
it has
it's
no impact.
helpful? It's 7 o'clock. My wife is like, what the fuck? Where's my hubs and at? I want my hubs in my life because I think he's so handsome and he has a beard.
Wholly unmanageable. Wholly unmanageable.
So
Wholly unmanageable.
we're back.
Oh, we could wild.
James was saying that he thinks that vaping is actually cool.
Yeah, the coolest thing you can do.
It's a good behavior.
And okay, so he's vaping in the movie. Holy shit, we lost some.
We lost some footage.
Yes, and we're gonna try to figure out how to get back on track. Oh, we could wild. Oh, dude, I was watching a video, totally unrelated to what we're talking about. Doesn't matter.
Sure.
I almost sent it to you because I thought it was hilarious. I just didn't want you to miss why I was sending it to you, and I didn't have time to like describe. And it would have been funny if I described. It's a sniper, okay? This really serious black guy with long hair
Yes.
who's a professional sniper going on describing the assassination on Charlie Kirk.
Okay.
And he is describing the hardware that, allegedly this Fitzpatrick person used or whatever. And he's addressing the theory of the next shot being intentional or not, right? And he goes, and I'm telling you, this is a serious looking guy. This is not like a joke.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, a lot of people are proposing that Charlie Kirk was wearing body armor. But, unless, Charlie Kirk's body armor had nipples on it, because you can see his nipples through his shirt. He says pause before he says some questionably good shit. And he's like a fucking Navy SEAL or something, bro. It's
Mandatory. They teach you that in the SEALs to say pause if you have to say something sus.
I didn't realize that had made it like so thick into the common language to say pause.
Of course.
Yeah, that's pretty
Cameron coined that.
Okay.
So I'm trying to see, you were talking about him vaping.
That's like when we first come back. I mean,
Yes, so he's living in the sanctuary city.
and
He may or may not be a drug addict, but he is a weed head.
and Sean Penn is being,
Invited to join the Christmas Adventurers Club.
which is a super hilarious,
Silly name.
silly but incredibly scary group of men that are white nationalists, seemingly attached to the highest levels of government. Is kind of
Yes.
the feeling that we get. Yeah.
And they are, because of this, Sean Penn now needs to get rid of Willa because she is evidence of his interracial relationship, which is one of the things that he acts about in his little interview to join the Christmas Adventurers. So, he then captures, he sends this bounty hunter to capture this former member of the French 75 who does this radio broadcast. We wanted to give kudos to the dude who plays the guy who interrogates him and later interrogates these students at this school.
Danvers, whatever the actor's name.
He's not listed in the cast on Wikipedia, but he was incredible. He's very cold, but also conversational, and not too, not overselling the character.
Yeah,
He seems like a real guy who would work for the military, who would do these types of intelligence finding things.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of fits the vibe too, like of, the Christmas people. They're kind of weird like that. They're not overwhelmingly,
Sure. They're not overdoing the evil.
James Ratterman is his name.
Very good.
He's got like 0 fucking credits.
Talk on the mic.
Pretty weird. He's got like 0 credits.
Well, he was a great casting find for this. But anyway,
Yeah, he does a great job. Good job, James.
Lockjaw Sean Penn dispatches these troops under the guise of an immigration and drug enforcement operation. Deandra Regina Hall rescues Willa from a school dance, and Lockjaw's men attack Bob's home. There's this great scene of him being like, he thinks they're coming, but he doesn't know, and he's smoking weed, and he's like, has a roach clip, and he's like, don't get paranoid, but he just continues to smoke weed.
Dude, so I'm so glad that we rewound, because there was one of these moments, I didn't type this down either, And it totally made me think of you. So 3 people come to pick up the daughter for this dance.
Yeah.
And he grabs the boy that like knocks on the door.
Sure.
And he's all up in his shit. He's being very forward with him, and he whispers to him, "Anything you do to her, I'm doing to your whole family."
Yeah.
The guy's like, "What the fuck?"
Which
is a line you've said to me before. Am I going to say that to my daughter's people?
He also calls all these Latino
Essay.
He calls all of them homie and essay. He's confused about the pronouns of one of the people.
Yeah.
So he is a progressive guy, but then
He's also just like
he slams the door after she goes out to hang out with him. He goes, "Fucking freaks." He says retard at one point in the movie too.
Yeah. He's a progressive guy and he's a revolutionary, but he's not really
Woke.
Yeah.
He's not caught up with all this woke stuff.
Not at all. He gets in an argument with a guy later on the phone when he's
And the
trying
guy's
to find
going,
a way to-
"You're threatening me. You're making me feel
noise
unsafe."
triggering me.
Yeah.
And he goes, "What's your name?" "Comrade Josh." That's a stupid fucking name. You need a new name, Comrade Josh.
But yeah, we
dude.
lost the part where we introduced.
Benicio del Toro.
Do you want to elaborate on your theory again?
No, it was silly theory. And,
Cool. But he plays this community leader and karate guy who's also harboring a bunch of immigrants in his home.
Who's just very calm about everything.
Throughout the movie, he's very calm.
Yeah.
So Bob seeks help from him after his house gets raided. And
as soon as this raid begins, or the scenes leading up to it, this piano music starts, this sort of jazz background, and it's
very
not
disjointed. There's no like repeated thing that you can catch on to.
And it's not temporary. It lasts for at least 20 minutes. It's like a
Probably
very
pretty
long
close, yeah.
thing, and it just gives you this sort of unsettled emotional experience. He sends Bob to go, get his car on his own. He gives him a rifle, he gives him a car, and he sends him off with these skater kids that are parkouring across this town.
One of the funniest scenes in the movie.
Under siege. Yeah.
These kids gracefully leaping like three in a row over stuff, and DiCaprio struggling to like clamber over this shit as he's following these kids.
He falls like 40 feet.
And then he like very suddenly just falls.
Yeah,
they jump over
the
a
phone call.
And he just falls down to this tree.
The phone call's so funny. He calls Benicio. And
Yeah,
like,
he fell like 40 feet, bro.
Yeah. He's like, your fucking guy fell, man, off a roof. It's like, what? He's like, I don't fucking know. He fell like 40 feet, hit a tree, and then got tased.
Yeah.
It's a fucking wicked scene, dude. He gets tased. It's a really good shot, too. It's that close-up, and you can see the plastic sort of fish line in the shot, and then it overlays, it fades into, I guess, being in the jail.
Because these protests are popping off. We didn't mention that.
Yeah, the city's under siege. Oh, and they even show a scene where they put a plant. So there's the FBI on one side, and then there's all the protesters on the other side, and then someone gets on a walkie-talkie from the FBI side, and they're like, "All right, send in Eddie Van Halen." And this guy in this fucking Ford Explorer or whatever rolls up, and this guy in a Van Halen t-shirt gets out of it.
Like a fake Antifa guy.
Yeah, with Molotov cocktail. And so he instigates real violence. He runs to the front of the line, lights a Molotov, and throws it. And basically what they're showing is he has now made it okay for the FBI to return fire. And which has been proven to have happened in a number of occasions.
Yeah, they do false flags.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts, dude. And that's all it takes is one guy to run. It reminded me of Eddington.
Yeah.
It reminded me of Eddington a lot.
That's an interesting comparison point for this movie, and we should talk about that later in terms of like how you would compare them.
Yeah. Well, this to me felt more like a Coen Brothers movie than any other Paul Thomas and Anderson movie. I mean, There Will Be Blood gave me Coen Brothers vibes too, but just I don't know, something about like this.
This is so epic and ultimately kind of heartwarming.
Yeah.
It didn't have the kind of like cynical edge that a lot of those movies have to me.
Well, I guess that's a good point. It just kind of felt, epic. It felt big, like a Coen Brothers movie. It felt, and just the sort of the camera work in the end reminded me of subtle camera effects that have big effect.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah,
Bob gets captured.
he gets thrown in jail. He's throwing a fit, just like a good, drug addict. He's yelling at the police for arresting him. He is.
Come on, man.
He's angry at everybody, sleeping on the floor, and turns out that these people that work in this system are all about letting people slip through the cracks.
And I think they're all friends with Sergio.
Oh, there probably are.
As part of the implication.
That is what, because one of the
'Cause
greatest
they-
fucking scenes in this movie is he gets, she's like, "Are you a diabetic?" And she's nodding at him, and he's like, "Yes." And she's like, "You didn't take your insulin, huh?" And she's shaking her head. He's just like following these prompts along. He gets put in a hospital bed. She whispers into his ears, "Hey, you're gonna fucking go out this door, take a left, go down the stairs." And he's like, "Right now?" She's like, "Yeah, right now."
And
So
Sergio's waiting for him.
Sergio pulls up with a Modelo, right? He's got a 6-pack of Modelo cans, and he does a selfie when he gets in the car, and they're cracking beers. It's, oh my God, if you aren't jumping for fucking joy during this scene,
Yeah.
you don't have a soul, man.
It's about real ass bros.
It really is. Hey, Teresa and I were fucking loving it. It's one of those moments in a film you could just like live in. I get excited thinking about it, man. It was great, dude. I thought it was a fucking wonderful scene.
Yeah, and I also just love that Sergio, like, he remains very calm through this whole movie, but he's also orchestrating all this stuff. Like, he's saving people's lives. He's getting these immigrants
the
out.
baddest motherfucker.
Yeah.
Dude, you could do a whole conversation about, and he maybe has 15 minutes of screen time.
Yeah.
It's not a huge role.
No.
But all the way to the point of when he's being interrogated by the police later, sort of doing the sober walk or whatever, he's like shaking his butt a little bit, and smiling. And how many, what have you had today? A few small beers.
I had a few small beers.
Yeah, I fucking love that shit, man.
We see that Deandra, they bring Willa to this convent of these revolutionary nuns.
That all cuss like sailors and smoke weed and are just...
This is another thing, like, very surreal.
Yeah.
Not a real place.
No. Very sucker punch.
And that's where she finds out that her mom was a
Comic book.
motherfucking rat, dude.
Yeah.
The head mother of the convent is like, I wonder if you're a rat like your mama, basically.
And she says, the baby of a rat is a rat, and you need to be checked. She's like, you're fucking poisonous. You're a spawn of a rat. Like,
Yeah.
she tells her some dirty ass shit, dude. She's not playing around.
Very mean.
Yeah.
But also, I think Perfidia probably screwed her and a bunch of other people over,
Yeah, well. But I think, dude, you know what's funny, man? Is I hadn't really, I guess, come to the observation that these types of people always fucking snitch on each other.
Happens a lot. Happens with the mafia, too.
Yeah, but just, this group in particular, not necessarily the toughest bunch of folks when it comes down to
Sure.
it. Yeah.
And you have to keep in mind also, like, Perfidia diming on these people led to multiple of them just getting shot and dying,
Yeah, well, and it's pretty fucking hilarious, too, that, being a rat is like the most hated thing in the, sort of counterculture of illegal lifestyle. But everybody does it. Every single,
A lot of people do, yeah.
No, man, what the fuck is his name? American Gangster. That's a real dude, man. Frank Frank Lucas snitched the entire mafia out, bro. Like, that is a real thing. Anybody looking at life with a real way out is pointing fingers, dude. Anybody that goes to prison behind that's fucking stupid anyway.
Well, it's the prisoner's dilemma.
Yeah, well, dude, everyone in that game's out for themselves anyway. To act like there's some sort of loyalty amongst thieves is ridiculous. It doesn't sound real.
There's no honor.
These are the most selfish people to ever live. That's why they're in the, position that they're in.
Yeah.
But anyway,
A lot of them.
all, philosophy aside.
These folks, I mean, they're trying to do something good. At least they believe they are.
They do.
To begin with.
Yeah.
But then when their families and friends are threatened.
So, I know we don't do it very much on the podcast, but it does make me think, because I don't ever really think about what my thoughts are on immigration, And I'm kind of, when I'm thinking about it last night, I'm like, maybe I'm too much of a hippie at heart, but this is one issue that I don't really get worked up about. Like, I'm just like, to me, more people, like, there's just as many psycho white people as there are psycho brown people. So, like,
Sure.
more people just means more, like, it's not like there's a super limited amount of supplies. Yeah, there is a finite amount of food, but in today's world, really not so much. You can food.
No, that's not the issue.
Yeah, so it's like, it's not like these people are destroying our resources. And if anything, most of the ones I know, and I know being in construction management for years before I was a plumber, I know very closely, tons of illegal immigrants who do nothing but produce. I mean, really, and maybe they drink a little too much. Maybe they're kind of gross dudes or whatever. But this, like, they're not like robbing people. Most of them are working their fucking asses off.
Sure.
And producing things.
Well, the argument is that by having this influx of labor that you don't have to pay fair wages to, that exerts downward pressure on the wages for everybody else. So then people who are born in America and don't graduate high school, etc., can't get a job roofing because all the jobs are being taken by illegals. Or the ones that do get a job roofing get paid crap because they're competing with illegals.
But what I've seen happen, because I know that argument very well.
Which I don't necessarily agree with. I think that we should just
see what I see
pay everybody a fair wage.
The rising tide raises all ships. So, like, these people come in. This is what I've seen happen in 20 plus years of being in construction. It used to be, Latino-born people in the field were showing up to the jobs either in beat-up old pickup trucks or in the back of, like, these school buses and shit. The vehicles slowly got nicer, okay? And now it's their vehicles. They'll be like, a roof used to be a fucking cargo van with like 8 guys, and now it's like 6 nice pickup trucks. Like, and I was running a roofing company for like 2 or 3 years. And yes, primarily, Latino people were more affordable, but A, it still was expensive. And B, like, these people were not, like, hurting. They were doing well. What had happened is their value had been becoming recognized, right? Like, yeah, maybe at first, maybe there's this, and I mean, I'm not building skyscrapers, and I'm not hiring, 30 block masons a day or whatever. I'm on a very small scale, but I definitely saw the quality of the interaction go up. You know what I mean? Yeah, and I never. I don't know, and maybe I just like kind of enjoy other cultures too. So I love trying to like break the language barrier with people. I always think I have a lot of fun learning like cuss words and learning like how to communicate with these people and going to their houses and eating with them. Yeah. And being a sober guy, I would still give them beer and shit. Like, that's how when they finish the job, I'd buy them like cases of beer and stuff. But I just like on the whole issue as a whole, like illegal immigration and all this, I'm just like, how is more people a serious problem, I guess there's some like ramifications on like a grand scale when you just, but why? Well, like, why aren't people just like people? Like, what does it matter? You know what I mean? Like, why? I don't know. I struggle to understand like the value of.
I don't want to explain the counter argument to this because it's going to make it sound like I agree with it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of counter arguments to that.
There are, and I should probably.
For one thing, one that I think is pretty like compelling to me, and that doesn't make me sound like a Nazi, is that it's bad for the countries that they come from to have all of their like working age males leave.
Yeah. Well,
it's brain drain. There's more Ethiopian doctors in Chicago than there are in Ethiopia.
Yeah, true that. Well, but how's that bad for America?
It's not. It's bad for the globe, and it just creates more and more immigration and less like cohesion within the countries that they come from.
I guess this is a pretty big topic to try to tackle and understand. I mean, I
just kind of busted it up.
I mean, I just had some thoughts. I was just like, pause. I just had some thoughts, and I was just thinking about like, man, dude, I never really, I heard about it, I stay out of the shit. I truly do. I know a lot of people say they stay out of it, and I just, when it comes to that particular issue, I have not had any dialogue, like zero. And I don't know, I thought it'd be a good opportunity to sort of dig into it.
I love Latinos.
Fuck yeah, bro.
They're great.
There's
And an interesting element of this also is that the more left side of the political spectrum is typically in favor of like pass to amnesty or just, you know, unchecked immigration as a whole. That's fantastic. Those people are conservative. Like when they come here, a lot of them are not voting Democrat.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially in the last election, it shifted a lot in that direction. And you'll see a lot of people who come here legally or who are like second or third generation removed from maybe someone who came over illegally. They do not like illegal immigration.
Yeah, well,
there's a lot of Latinos that you know
a lot of them
are citizens, which means they vote and they get pulled on this stuff and they're like, no, you got to do it the way that I did it.
that is a good point, that there are people that have gone through a lot in order to obtain their citizenship, and I sort of sit on this, you know, privileged perch of having just been born into my citizenship. I didn't have to work for it at all, so it's hard for me to see the value in it. Other than like, I sort of, you know, innately recognize that being an American citizen has granted me a pretty fucking baller life. You know what I mean? But and you see that when you just go to other countries and see how like basic utilities are not as prevalent as they are.
I will say in Italy, they had a public sparkling water fountain. I was like,
Really?
God damn, we need that in America.
It's the different things that matter there, huh? Public sprinkling?
I mean, Italy is
it naturally-
a first world country though.
Oh, does it naturally sparkling spring?
No.
There are those, by the way. Don't look at me like
There's
that.
naturally carbonated water?
Yes.
Where?
It's in the fucking there's naturally carbonated springs.
I don't believe you.
Okay, naturally carbonated springs. Here we go. Try to you know, regale our listeners while I search this because it's the fucking truth, dude.
I will say, when I went to get my haircut at a Dominican barbershop, there was a guy there who did not speak any English, had a giant tattoo of the American flag and the Statue of Liberty. And I was like, that guy loves America way more than a lot of people that were born here. Like people that come here from Honduras and they get to America and they go to like AMC movie theater, they're like, fuck yes, dude, I made it.
Yeah.
And they have an appreciation for what we have that I think people born and raised here don't get. Where they're like, oh my god, I came from a town where we farmed dirt, and now I'm in like, I fucking made it. And this is a great country to live in, for most people.
Hooper Springs National Park is noted for its picturesque scenery and its cold, naturally carbonated water spring.
Okay, I was wrong.
Okay. No, you know where you see that? They exist because of CO2 gas. Soda Springs in Idaho. That's the one I went to. Is the Idaho one.
And you were sipping straight out the spring?
No, you get in it.
And it's bubbly?
Yeah, it's effervescent.
Ooh, that would feel so good, bro.
Yeah, we were doing a
Fill
movie
the
theater.
tub up with some.
That might have been. No, that wasn't the last time. There's one in Colorado, Manitou Springs. So it bubbles up from the earth. It's from CO2, bro. That's fucking bad, dude. I knew this was a real thing. Saratoga in New York is a real place.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Saratoga bottled water, right? But that's actual real place, Saratoga Spa State Park.
I was wrong.
You see this thing that you're talking about, this phenomenon with British people, expats that live here now, that are fucking hardcore Americans, right wing, and also
Britain sucks.
yeah, oh, dude, they're going through it right now. But also, what you're talking about, like these immigrants that come that are conservative, a lot of Latino countries, devout Catholics.
Yeah, for sure.
Fucking
That's a huge element of that.
Anti-homosexual, like they
have 14 kids.
They do not share these sort of like principle, moral things that your typical white liberal, opinionated.
What's different morals?
Yeah, but they also, they're pro-choice, and I don't know a lot of Spanish people that are down with the old Smorshman clinic, dude. Like, it's just not a thing.
Yeah, there's a really good, I'm going to describe a meme, which is a very corny thing to do, but it's,
You love it when I do it, bro.
it shows it's like a young hipster Latino girl on the left, and she's got like a nose ring, and it says, "We are the daughters of the witches you couldn't burn," which was like this feminist slogan that they had for a while. And then on the right it says like "Su abuela," her grandmother. And it's this like old lady with her house just completely filled with crosses, and she says, "Mickey Mouse es satanico."
What the fuck?
It's like, yeah, they're like, I come from a long line of like feminist witches or whatever. It's like your grandma, you know,
Yeah.
hates the Antichrist. So,
Mickey Mouse.
returning to the film, the Christmas adventurers find out about Willa, or at least about this relationship. They find out Jungle Pussy snitched.
So open, daytime, suburban neighborhood. Porsche rolls up in a brick roundabout driveway out
Yeah.
front of a sort of
This was cool.
modest Victorian house. Like not modest, but not crazy opulent looking. Sort of like a Southern living house.
Huh.
Walks in, goes downstairs, and it's like Area 51 tunnels down there.
It's crazy.
Shit is so fucking cool, bro. This guy's just walking in this oval corridor with doors everywhere. Walks into this. What is this room? Like, what is this room?
It's
remind you
Christmassy.
of? Yeah, there's like ducks on the wall, you know, and
Just
like
looks like a place where rich white people hang
super
out.
country clubby.
Yeah.
Like regal carpeting and leather sofas, and they're just, what are they doing in there? They're just sitting there talking, just hanging out. Very mafioso, right?
And they get introduced. Most of them have weird names. One of the guys is just so old and ugly looking,
Yeah.
and he doesn't chime in until later in the conversation. I can't remember what he says, but
But he's obviously the
Yeah.
HNIC there.
yes.
Yeah.
And they're all racist, and they're basically like, Tim, who's the guy that we see pulling up in the Porsche, you need to make this clean.
We should be able to eat off the floor.
Yeah.
You do it so clean. Yeah.
Basically saying, well, we find out what that means later.
Yeah, I mean, you figure.
Yeah.
You figure he's being sent to all.
I didn't know what the deal was, but...
Yeah, I mean.
And then, wonderful scene, they're in the convent, Willa's there with Deandra, and Deandra's like, do you hear something? She's like, shh, and gets out. And so you think that it kind of sets it up where you're like, oh, well, we're going to see Deandra get snatched or whatever, but instead you just see through this window like, boom, there's troops. They're walking in. And they grab Willa. Lockjaw, Sean Penn, puts a swab in her mouth and tests her DNA.
He's
with
got
this,
a
like-
little on-site briefcase DNA test, which I
Those
thought
are real?
was pretty. Is that?
Yep.
I thought, I was like, God damn, dude, that's crazy. I thought you needed a laboratory.
Yeah. And
What do you call the thing that spins?
centrifuge.
Centrifuge. Yeah, it's got a little miniature centrifuge in it.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
And their back and forth is great.
Oh yeah, their dialogue is incredible. During their thing, for whatever reason, realized in my head that they were acting for some reason, and I was just like, holy fuck, this is incredible.
Everybody's so good in this that you don't think about that.
Yeah, I'm not sure why. I think
He
I was just
doesn't
thinking too deep.
Look like Sean Penn to me also. I think
No.
about Sean Penn as like long hair Spicoli guy, and him being this severe dude like that. It's just
Who,
totally
like,
different.
Moves his hips when he walks, you know,
Yeah.
like his shoulders and everything. Does all
So
this.
freaky and weird.
He fucking crushes it.
Says crazy stuff. I'm trying to remember exactly the things he says in this scene, but
Well, just a lot of fucked up
he
things.
calls her a witch or something.
Yeah, but he's also sort of like, you know, when he puts her in the car, he says something horrible. He's like, I wish it could have been different. You know, if you would have
He's
just
like,
had some manners.
Maybe if you had some manners,
Yeah.
but things could have been different between us. But no, he finds out that she is his bio daughter, and so he's like, I gotta get rid of her.
He can't do it himself.
Can't do it himself. And the bounty hunter that he used previously is like, I don't do kids, so he has him go drop her off with these. What do you think this group of guys is?
Oh, man. They are...
Like a militia?
Yeah. Well, or they're just a sect of his squad, you know?
But I think they're clearly like off the books. You
Probably
know?
doing some off-the-book shit, yeah.
But yeah, it's this like weird clubhouse that has these, you know, very tatted up guys in
I couldn't
fatigues.
fucking wait for that guy to get murdered. And I
He's
knew
an
as
asshole,
soon as
and
we
he's
met him...
racist. Yeah.
Well, as soon as we met him, okay, he's got relentless tattooed across his forehead. He's got his long stomach-length red beard braided in two places. I was just like, I'm gonna love it when this dude gets murdered.
Yeah.
And they didn't
This
show
kind of operator special.
Yeah, you
special
can just tell
forces
he's
guy.
fixing to get killed. And I kind of figured it was gonna be this, because you know, this transporter character has been introduced, and once a character, in my opinion, has that much of a backstory or that much of like you know, where he refuses to kill her because he says he doesn't do kids, you start to know who this person is.
And it's stated that he passes for Mexican, but that he's part Native American.
It's leading towards something.
Part Indian.
I just knew that he had an arc, that he now had an arc, so I figured that was going to happen. He murders those people. I was just hoping for that fucking douchebag to get it like real good, dude.
But yeah, Avanti, which is the...
It's got this chromed out fucking sawed off shotgun too.
Pretty badass.
Yeah, that gun's bad, dude.
He drops Willa off to these mercenary guys, and he is kind of sitting in his car, and we see Willa. I really like that the guys keep going into the house next to her where she's tied up.
And
cuffed.
not acknowledging her.
They don't say anything
not
to her.
acknowledging her. But
It's
one of
just
them
that
gassing
feeling.
up a boat.
Yeah. And it's that feeling of like, if you, like, being at a police station type of thing, where nobody's like saying hello to you or whatever, you're just like, God,
you're not a person.
I fucking hate these people, you know?
Yeah, and they're not going to acknowledge you because they don't want you to be a person. You're just a number to them.
Yeah, and they're basically preparing to take her out on the lake and dump her body.
Yeah.
And she's gradually getting more and more freaked out about this, but then Avanti's sitting in the car, and he's like staring, and he's like, I don't like this, so he gets out the shotty.
Changed my mind.
Goes back.
Blah, 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 talk, talk, blah, blah.
Shoots everybody, but he gets shot himself also.
Yeah, we find out when she comes back over.
She kind of ingeniously frees herself, runs over to his car, and then comes back.
By the way,
She's
this whole time.
Great gun handling.
This whole time.
Clearly Ghetto Pat trained her up because she knows what to do with a firearm.
Also, since she's at the dance, up until now, an hour's worth of film, maybe more, in a denim jacket and what do you call this type of skirt?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a princess.
Like a tutu.
Tutu, like a knee-length tutu and boots.
Mm-hmm.
She's just in a really cool outfit. She's like this, and there's a scene in the nunnery where she's kickboxing on this damn punching bag, beating the dog shit out of this thing. But she's dressed like Riley. She's dressed like my 5-year-old did. This is literally what my kid dresses like.
We also skipped this, but the scene where the same interrogator guy is talking to her classmates to figure out, like, to get them to give her number up. None of them flip, except the non-binary guy, unfortunately. But like, I liked that they show them all going,
Yeah.
that they're all
I don't know what you're
looking
talking
out for
about.
her. Yeah.
Yeah, the non-binary guy does flip.
The guy that Leo intimidates at the door of his house has a great line where the interrogator guy is like, why are you playing with me, man? Do I look like your parents? And he goes, kind of.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Just a lot of these very good non sequiturs. But Smith, the guy that we saw going and meeting the other Christmas adventurers, pulls up next to Lockjaw and goes,
roll down the
Lockjaw's
window.
like, what does this nice white man in this nice car want from me? Rolls his window down, and Smith,
Yeah, another sawed off.
yeah,
And
blasts him in the head.
shot is from the passenger seat. The camera is on the passenger seat, and you just, it's this very quick but brutal seeming scene.
Mhm.
Like, it's interesting how it's vague but also feels painful. And then the car flips off. You just get the impression this dude's definitely dead.
I was like, no, he's gonna make it.
I mean, until, and the whole time, so DiCaprio has
He's trying to track down Will.
hot-wired this
Yeah.
little race car.
He gets dropped off by
With a
Benicio del
spoiler. It
Toro.
looks like a little purple Hot Wheel Honda Civic.
He does like a roll out of the car,
Yeah.
and then steals his car.
He's supposed to roll on 4.
He's too scared.
So Benicio jokes him and he falls out. What a good scene. And the whole time DiCaprio's wearing the damn, like a plaid robe. And he's got this Fu Manchu mustache, and he's got these like Ray Charles, like old lady sunglasses, these big black sunglasses that have the rim around them, so the sun
Yes,
can't get.
he looks crazy.
It's incredible. And he hotwires this car, and so in every scene that he's in, he pulls up. The audio is this like rice burner is.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
I forget how he figures out that Lockjaw has her. Oh, he goes to the nunnery, and as Lockjaw's taking Willa out, he tries to snipe him. He tries to shoot him with the rifle.
Dude, in the camera,
and they blow. They almost kill him. They shoot back at him.
Dude, in the cameras, the camera is in the car with the young girl, and
you think maybe he got hit.
Bro, they give you that feeling for a half a second, and then he steps into frame, and you're like, oh fuck, he didn't get shot.
Yeah.
And then they start fucking unloading on Leo, and it becomes obvious that he's in over his head. He's fired a 30-06 rifle from 100 feet away, a bolt action rifle at a fucking small army, all fully auto guns, and they're just like light his ass up, dude. It's funny.
But so now he's like, okay, Lockjaw's got my daughter. He doesn't see Lockjaw make the handoff, so he comes across the crashed car, and he's like, oh, thank God Willa's not there. And he's like, where the hell is she?
And he's poking at the dead body of fucking Lockjaw.
Supposedly dead.
Yeah, supposedly half face, no fucking face, all this.
Has been shot in the head and in a horrible car.
And then this chase ensues where you have
Willa is now driving the bounty hunter's car.
a Hellcat, a white Hellcat.
Yep.
And then there's a Mustang 5.4.
Damn, I couldn't tell you what any of these cars are.
Yeah, it's a bad motherfucker. That Mustang's mean as fuck. And then you got the rice burner in the back. And this camera effect, it follows the hills to where you become blind when you're in the valley. And then it goes up and it rattles a little bit, and it's an effect that he does continuously over the course of 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, and it's a lot of just building tension they're just driving. There's no like they're not doing any of the crazy moves. It's literally just which car is faster, and
you're not getting blown away, and you're not getting bored. It is this perfect
it's
balance.
really cool.
Perfect balance, and then she gets to the top of the hill, slams on the brakes where she's in a blind spot.
Yeah.
Gets out, finds a
bluff.
Yeah, and gets ready to fire. Where she gets this firearm from?
That's the same gun.
On it.
The same gun that she got that she pulled off one of the guys.
That's right.
Mercenary.
And
or she finds it in his car.
The Christmas adventurer in the Mustang
smashes into her butt.
Yeah. And gets out. Tries to talk some shit. She recites this code, Howdy Doody in Green Acres, that you're supposed to know.
I think that's from the poem "The Revolution Will Not Be Televised" by Gil Scott Heron.
So this is a recurring thing too throughout it's a sort of secret code that you recite the words, and if the person knows the other half of it, you know that they're on your side. He doesn't know the words, so she fucking lights his ass up.
Yeah. Exactly.
And it's actually this really powerful scene because she puts one in him, and you kind of think that, but then he goes to say something, and she screams really loud and squeezes 4 more times, and it's just wow.
He tries to reach for his sidearm, and she puts him down.
And screaming.
And this is also
really interesting.
I love this character at this point. We see earlier in the movie her kind of giving her dad the business, being you're hungover, she's very spunky, we like her, everything, I was just very invested, and I was like, fuck yeah, I get him,
Yeah, and then he rolls up, and what's funny to me too is this is the cover art that I've seen everywhere. It's the big poster.
Him with the rifle.
And is leading me to believe, before I got anywhere near watching this film, that he is some type of killer, some type of mercenary, some type of bad motherfucker. But in this scene with this rifle, couldn't be further from the truth. He is fucking stumbling down this alleyway, gets out of this little Hot Wheel. I felt like it was all intentional.
Sure. It's kind of a setup.
Yeah.
And he ends up being essentially the dude from Big Lebowski.
Yeah. He really is. He's a fucking dude. Maybe that's why I got Coen Brothers.
Sure, I can see that.
And so, which is great. And then she comes out. She realizes it's him. She's still apprehensive.
She wants him to say the code.
Yeah, but then even when she hugs him, she's still all right. She hugs him, but she's still let's go. They get in the car. It's this wonderful scene. Cut to Sean Penn's still alive. Mm-hmm. And he's trotting. He's got a
trudging
rifle over his arms. He's got a gun. and he's doing his trudge. Half his face is gone.
Yeah.
Like, holy fuck, this dude's still kick-derating. Cut to him being inducted, right?
Into the Christmas Adventures, and they ask him like what the situation was, and he's like,
Yeah. Greatest conversation, bro. What a fucking hilarious conversation.
this woman, I believe, was a semen thief, or she engaged in sperm theft.
Yeah, sperm theft. They recognized my power. And,
Yeah.
and wanted to steal it from me.
That's what women are trying to do to me. It's alright.
So he alludes to, in a very hilarious language too. This guy, the way the guy speaks is fucking phenomenal. But he basically says he was drugged and reverse raped.
I was reverse raped.
Reverse raped is what he says. And then, so they take him over to his corner office. His beautiful new life is about to begin. He is just as giddy as a schoolgirl.
I knew this was bad.
When they tell him that he's joined the club, he literally said, "Mommy."
Yeah.
And then they put him in his office. The guy pretends he was lost his keys, walks out. They gas him. Okay. So, he dies having thought that, he made it. So he kind of wins. But why do that? Like, what is the reason?
Because he can't be in the club, and so he can't know about the club.
So why not just have him fucking dead? Why, as a filmmaker, as a storyteller, why are we killing this guy twice? Is he that bad of a person that you just want to see him get murdered twice?
Yeah.
Is it to tell us how fucked up that this
And how
group
gullible he is that he didn't put it together. Oh, these people tried to kill me.
Yeah.
He's
And-
so set on joining the Christmas Adventures Club that he thinks that they would let him get away
So
with having an interracial
so it's basically
relationship.
what I'm kind of getting at is that this fucking stuff forwards our story nothing. Like the story is not
It's just
changed.
character stuff.
It's all character stuff.
And you want to know what happened to that guy because he's a really vivid villain.
Yeah, and so are the Christmas people.
Yeah.
And this shows their dedication to letting motherfuckers, releasing the mortal coil. Like they will go to these lengths.
And burn your body.
Yo,
They cremate him.
that was pretty wicked. Having I that's been in a couple films over the years. I can't remember the other ones, but the shot through the incinerator
Yeah.
to the body with the flames around it always gets me, man. That's a fucking wicked shot. And he's like disfigured, his eyes fucked up. They completely reintroduced this character for 3 minutes just to like. There's all these to
It's
me.
satisfying.
I think that's the whole point. It's just satisfying, and I
And
love that.
you know also that that's going to happen.
Yeah, it's really obvious.
Like
he's getting
they
gas.
already ordered his execution, and now he's giving them this goofy story about her being a semen demon.
Yeah,
And so you're like, I was like, oh, he's gonna walk around the corner to the office, and there's gonna be a guy in there with a gun. I was like, how are they gonna get him? And then they put him in there, and it just goes.
and they gas him. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty good. A couple guys in some fucking biohazard outfits roll up, dude, and they take his stiff body. I love how they got him in the chair. They got him in the roller chair, and the one guy's holding. He's still in the feet on the desk position as they're rolling. I thought that was really good. I love how it serves no real purpose other than you get to kill this motherfucker twice.
Yeah.
And it's just like a bunch of character development all the way to the end.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought it was really cool.
And being that gullible, I think is fun.
Yeah.
And then the final scene is Bob gives Willa this letter from her mom.
Drinking some wine, smoking a doobie,
Yeah.
vaping, nothing's changed.
Basically being like, the letter, how do I sum the letter up? Basically being like, I didn't change the world, but I believe that you can. And Willa reads it. I teared up a little bit. I was like, oh, this is beautiful. And then she's like, Dad, I gotta go to this protest in Oakland. And
Yeah, you hear it on the radio coming through.
Yeah.
You know it's a 3-hour drive. And she's like, yeah,
And he's not worried about it anymore. He's like, all right, my daughter's gonna be okay.
He tells her to be careful, and she says, nope.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, great ending.
So heartwarming. The movie is really about a dad's love for his daughter.
Kind of,
That's
yeah.
a very central point to it, which
Yeah.
I'm sure as a girl dad yourself must
So,
have been affected. And your daughter is multiracial.
I loved, sort
Italian.
of. My daughter's not Italian.
Isn't Teresa
Mexican.
Italian? She's
Mexican.
Mexican. There you got multiracial.
Yeah, my wife's family's Mexican, yeah.
Mexican.
Camuñez is Riley's second last name. So Riley's name is, Camuñez Curry. So first last name is whatever. we hyphenated, which is a Latino culture thing. I thought that my wife was just like super progressive when she proposed this idea when we first had our daughter.
Yeah.
And then I realized everyone in her family, all the women in her family, have hyphenated names. Yeah,
I do too, unfortunately.
Yeah, you don't like it. I don't know.
Because I can't get on airplanes sometimes.
I battled with it at first because it was just unconventional to me and I didn't understand it. And then it was one of the first, it's funny that we're talking about this because it was one of the first things that I had to do in my journey as a dad and as a partner that was like, I just had to sort of,
Eat some crow.
and be totally fine with it.
Yeah, who cares?
Exactly. And it's funny because guys that know me kind of know me as a sort of hard-headed, strong personality.
I wouldn't say that.
whatever.
I think you're extremely soft.
But yeah, when it comes to that kind of stuff, man, the lady is the boss. I mean, you guys heard her here last week, dude. She's running the show. We gotta have her back on, and we gotta let her talk more.
Yeah.
I listened to it, and I didn't let her talk at all. It's so upsetting.
She's a woman of few words.
She truly is. Podcast might not be the best format for her. But what she did say was funny. She got me a couple times too. She
She was
busted
very
my
funny.
chops. Yeah, that's pretty good. You can't.
It was
say-
also, during your 5-minute plumbing story, she was just unabashedly yawning.
Yeah.
Just
so
multiple
sick of
times.
my shit. Yeah, God forbid I try to talk about how I keep a roof over our heads.
It was funny.
And
It's your dynamic is amusing.
yeah. And she was like, you can't. What was it? You said, yeah, you can't say transsexual anymore, and she goes, unless you're talking about the galaxy.
Yeah,
And I thought that was amazing.
that was good.
And when I heard it on,
Transsexual.
when I was listening to it today, or yesterday, I was fucking laughing my ass off, dude. It was great. But I mean, the movie, I didn't, I guess I should have figured we were just gonna go ham on this movie today, but I hadn't really, there's been a couple good ones lately. I feel like movies are back, dude.
Movies are back.
Yeah, I feel like fucking Weapons was one of the best, like,
Weapons was a
thriller,
banger.
and then we even had some fun this summer with the rebirth of the Final Destination series came out hard.
That was great.
Because there was a couple.
Eddington was incredible.
Yeah, there was
Eddington and this movie are kind of
very similar.
battling it out for my top pick of the year. I think I need to see both of them again.
Yeah, I think there's some other stuff I need to see. Oh,
Eddington is a much more detailed film.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of more Easter eggs and things like that.
Yes, and Eddington has a lot more, I think, to say about, like, Eddington takes place firmly in our society, I think, with maybe one exception, which is the Antifa super soldiers are kind of a satirical exaggeration. This movie is, like, just slightly off, the Christmas Adventures Club.
Yeah, it's a little bit, like you said,
This-
surreal.
Her forcing the soldier to get a boner, like, that whole relationship is pretty silly.
I can't get his face out of my head when she's doing that. That smile, he's just
And
so
his boner in the foreground.
yeah, he's so pleasantly surprised about the whole thing. He's like sitting in this trailer drinking beer and what, and he's just like, oh my god, this is the best moment of my life.
She's hot.
That shit was great, dude. That scene was great. Yeah, movies are back, man. I even like the fun ones, like Superman. I watched that this week.
I didn't see them.
You didn't see the new Superman?
I don't like this cape shit.
It was alright, man. It was different. I mean,
I heard that movie is politically
Henry Cavill will always
Politically
be
based.
my Superman, but I don't know. It was nice. It was fun. Oh, the girl that played Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, that actress was in it.
never saw the show, but I know who you're talking about. She was on House of Cards. Rachel Brosnahan.
Yeah.
Big controversy.
Why?
Somebody posted a comment on like a picture or video of her together with the star of the film, and said like, can you imagine being her husband and having to watch her kiss this guy and like so clearly be attracted to him? And her husband faved the comment.
Oh.
Sketch.
Yeah.
What else came out this year? Caught Stealing was great.
Yeah, Teresa noted last night when we were walking past the poster that she wanted to see that.
I loved it. It was a little bit underwhelming in comparison to this. This movie was just like exactly what I wanted it to be. Materialist was great. Bring Her Back.
Oh man, Nasuti disagrees. Dude.
Sinners. Nasuti's wrong. Warfare.
Sinners was so much fucking better than I thought it was gonna be, dude. I thought it was just being hyped up because, like,
Mickey 17.
I remember Mickey 17 was great. I remember,
The Monkey.
like, you know what Sinners reminded me
White
of?
Race.
The hype reminded me of the Jordan Peele hype with like Us and Get Out. And Get Out was cool.
Us is an incredible movie.
I didn't really like it.
Us is like a deep, deep movie, in my opinion. I think it's like a
I should
metaphor.
watch it again, man. I didn't get that.
So, the idea that there are people that we can't see that have to live out like a grotesque, fucked up version of our lives in order for us to be happy and comfortable.
Oh yeah.
You think about people in the third world that make all your clothes. You also, it's not just people currently living today, it's like everybody in the past that had to like eat dirt and fucking like live a miserable existence for you to now get to come and sit in a movie theater. And the movie is called Us, but it's also US. It's about America. You know?
Yeah, okay.
The House of Mirrors that she has the crazy encounter in, at the beginning of the movie, it's like
I should watch
Injun
it.
Jacks. It's like an Indian guy. It's like a Indian, you know, like
Yeah.
native guy thing. And then later on, it's covered up. It's a wizard now, where they're just like painting over the history
INJUN.
to keep you comfortable. Yeah.
Injun. Yeah, I hadn't really seen it through that. I think when I saw it, it was just. But what I was getting at was the hype because of Get Out and all that was so much, and then I kind
Nope
of
is a letdown, but
I felt
Us is a great movie.
I felt like Sinners was like gonna be that, like more hype than, and I was so fucking
I liked it,
surprised. I was just like, this movie's incredible, and you know, I kind of got to a point. I'm a big Michael B. Jordan fan.
You do be Jordan.
What was the first big movie?
Creed.
No,
Black Panther.
no, the shooting.
Fruitvale Station.
Fruitvale Station was great, dude. And and Creed was great, but he became like a movie star, not an actor. And then Sinners came out, and I felt like he was acting again.
Uh-huh.
And like I really, because there's subtle differences between the brothers, you know, in Sinners, and I thought he was just doing a great job. And I loved Haley What's Her Nuts being in it too. I just thought that was a fucking badass movie, dude. Yeah,
She's a
True
great
Grit.
singer too.
Yeah, she debuted, her film debut is True Grit, the Coen Brothers version of True Grit. Did you know that?
I did know that.
Yeah.
But she also sings the song Starving. Do you know that song? I didn't know that I was starving till I tasted you. Don't need no butterflies when you give me the whole damn zoo.
Oh, I like that line though.
Stupid.
Oh, I saw a movie last night, trailer.
There's a bunch of good stuff coming out.
Charlie XCX doing the soundtrack. What the fuck movie was that? It looked fire, dude. I was very excited.
I can't remember right now, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was like, dadgum old dadgums, dude.
It's like a spooky.
Spooky dookie, dude. Spooky spunky. Coming up on all the 8 p.m.s. How many times do we have? Because we lost all that times in the middle, so we definitely don't have to. Right?
Wuthering Heights.
Yes, it was Wuthering Heights.
Did you
that's
see
right.
Saltburn?
No.
Watch Saltburn. That's that. And then that director made Saltburn, and then she made a movie called Promising Young Woman. That's about like a lady getting revenge on rapists.
Ooh.
But Saltburn is amazing. I don't want to spoil anything about it. Just watch it. It has.
Well, I'm gonna have to watch Us first. I think. I feel like I'm gonna watch Us tonight.
Wuthering Heights is going to be freaky, dude.
I'm gonna make
I already
some-
read about the opening scene. Has
Yeah. Margot Robbie.
Seen a demon. There's some crazy shit happening.
Yeah. Well, isn't that an old book, Wuthering Heights?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
By,
I saw a couple decent
Charlotte
trailers
Bronte?
last night. I saw a couple decent trailers last night.
Emily Bronte.
Oh, there's a movie that Aziz Ansari wrote and directed, where Keanu Reeves is his guardian angel.
I'm not gonna watch that.
It looked pretty funny to me.
Hey, I'm Aziz.
You don't like Aziz, huh?
Just
Wait, hold on. I thought Parks and Rec was the superior
It
office. It's Aziz heavy, bro.
He's in there.
Yeah, he's a fucking one of the 5 main characters.
We just cut off again. At least I noticed it this time.
I think my hand touched it, dude. You
Ah.
gotta get a new thing, bro. If I can't touch it,
Pause. I have another cable we can use.
Bro, he's in there. Yeah, he's a fucking.
Alright. Third clap.
He's in there. Yeah, he's a fucking.
Alright, here we go.
Yeah, he's a fucking.
James just called Aziz Ansari a racial slur.
we're wild, the Wild West. No, I was actually rooting for Aziz, and you were shitting on him, and that is that. That is what happened.
It just says that you pitching that movie to me, Aziz Ansari, but Keanu Reeves is his guardian angel. It sounds goofy.
It looks kind of funny, and I loved Keanu Reeves being silly. I miss him being silly. I feel like he's not silly enough anymore.
You know, the AMC app, you can see what
But-
trailers were before the movies that you saw.
Before I forget, you touched on Parks and Rec being better than The Office last week, and while that is definitely a question of taste, we have to admit that a question of fact is that it was 100% doesn't exist without The Office. Parks
Sure.
and Rec was a carbon copy of The Office with some better character development, maybe better actors.
It's the same creator,
What's his name?
Mike Schur.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, though. I mean, just saying. So The Office ruled.
The Office is cringe now because of the fan base, because there's so many girls who are like, I like pizza and The Office and dogs. It's like, you have no personality. What do you think about Irreversible?
The book, the movie.
Yeah,
I haven't watched it yet. Well, in a long time.
that's me asking a girl that.
Oh, yeah, that's weird. But you can't call a piece of art cringe because of its fan
Yes, I can.
base. I
You
mean,
can do that all the time.
yeah, but that's bullshit. I mean,
Nope.
I get
Rick and Morty,
Tim
great TV show. Cringe, fan base.
Yeah, but you won't watch it?
No,
I love it.
I'm not going to currently watch it.
Well, the
It's also embarrassing what happened with the creator.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not going to explain right now. He was Me Too'd. He was trying to have sex with 14-year-olds.
Bummer, dude. Why they gotta be like that?
Because all great minds are tainted by dark sexual urges. Some of us just want to have a gun.
Tim Dillon made a really good point about Taylor Swift fans.
What?
About how people that are like he is more concerned about devout Taylor Swift fans than he is about Taliban.
Sure. The Taylor Band.
Yeah. Just the whole engagement freak out that happened.
I didn't see.
It was so embarrassing, dude.
I mean, everybody's happy about it, right?
Yeah, but people too happy.
Sure.
Just too happy. It's just a mess.
I will say that's another thing where it's like she's the most popular artist in the world, and her fans seem to think that that's a personality to be invested in her music, and that's
Unfortunate, yeah. Like
it's fine. But I'm stepping outside of myself. That's me being like corny and being a hipster and being like, you need to have esoteric original taste. And the truth is, like, most stuff that has a huge fan base is good on some level. It has a fan base because it's good to one degree or another. Like Nickelback.
Most of would you call Nickelback butt rock?
Yes. Quintessentially.
I mean, but they kind of I guess so. They were at the front. They were at the front of that shit, dude. Them and
Candlebox.
POD.
POD is new metal, which is overlaps with, but is distinct from.
Alive.
Overlaps with, but is distinct from butt
I
rock.
remember when I was in
Youth of a Nation.
the Pokey
Uh-huh.
and the work camp and the work van. They had us out there down in West Georgia, chain ganging it up, dude. Bush axing on the side of the highway and whatnot. And we get in the van and that song, This is how you remind me of was new.
Mm-hmm.
And I was fucking into it.
It's a good song.
Yeah, I was into it. And then I got out of prison and I found out that they were fucking not cool. So I had to be nice.
Yeah, but that's the public perception.
Yeah, no, actually, that didn't come till years later. I was always like, yeah, Nickelback's good. I didn't go down there. What happened is I got out of prison and the album Toxicity came out and
Great album.
really got into that. I had
I got
a
kicked out of middle school because of System of a Down.
notebook when I was in prison of movies that I was missing and albums that I was missing. And like the first 2 weeks of being out were dedicated to getting caught up on all of those things.
That would be fun.
I had
But
like,
then you try to talk to people, you're like, hey, I just saw Pirates of the Caribbean.
I had the first 72
Bro, that came out
hours.
2 years ago.
I had the first 72 hours of post-release like planned out in a notebook. Meals I was gonna eat, snacks I was gonna have, things, you know, inappropriate things I was gonna take part in. You know,
Masturbating.
no, masturbating in jail. No, intercourse.
You had a lady lined up?
Sort of. So, well, communication in this pot was weird because it was like a work camp.
Yeah.
There was no phones, but there was letters.
And work. There was work.
Yeah, but there's no phone. Like in normal prison, you have phone. Nowadays, I hear they got fucking tablets. They're like video
Hibachi.
calling and shit. Dude, I got this buddy of mine.
They got Rolexes in there.
doing a stretch in the county right now. He's tableting me, dude. He's hitting me up.
Yeah.
I
You gotta
gotta-
pay for it though.
No. So the text messages are free.
Okay.
But he did ask me for a package, and I hooked the brother up, dude.
Good.
I felt good to be able to do that. I used to hit Caddy up. You know, Caddy used to put
I would never do
a
that.
scratch on the books. Every
Shouldn't have
couple
broke the
weeks.
law.
Every couple weeks, yeah. I mean, it is what it is.
Anybody
I just-
that goes to jail, immediately I say, you're dead to me.
Stop answering the phone. But anyway, a good friend of mine, shout out Tucker, living on the West Coast. He's got 3 kids. He's a firefighter now.
Swag.
Him and I actually, after this prison release, ended up getting in some serious trouble in downtown Atlanta. On the news, ended up in a holding cell with none other
Is this the
than
car chase thing?
Lazy Bone. Yeah,
Nice.
Lazy Bone was in the downtown jail for that one.
From
Bone Thugs
Bone
and
Thugs and
Harmony.
Harmony.
Yeah. Didn't ask for a autograph, but you know.
I don't think I would recognize him.
It really happened. He was way more famous then. We're talking about 2002. And it was before everyone was covered in tattoos, and he had some very recognizable tattoos on his hand, or on his neck. I think it was music notes on his neck or something.
And then on the other side just said, I'm Crazy Bone, Lazy
It was
Bone.
Lazy Bone.
Sorry.
And
There's
Tucker-
Lazy Bone, Crazy Bone, and Busy Bone, right?
Yeah, and Tucker's
Busy Bone is like a...
logic was,
like
dude, he's been sleeping the whole time. That's definitely Lazy Bone. But no, the tattoos is what really
It's
like.
pretty funny.
But anyway, Tucker had
Shouts out,
written
Tucker.
in a letter, oh yeah, I got you, bro, when you get out too. So yes, there was. But the thing was, I was being released.
He had a babe ready for you.
Yeah.
Oh, it kind of sounded like he was gonna suck you.
No. He, you know.
Don't worry, bro.
Back then.
When you get out, I got you taken care of.
Back
You
then,
showed
you
us
know,
his
that
camera
was
photos.
like, you get out of prison and like people celebrated. You know, you went. But see, I got released from Western Georgia by Alabama and was to live with my mother in Ackworth, which is north of Atlanta. But all my friends were east of Atlanta in a town called Athens, not Athens, Georgia, sorry, Madison, just south of Athens, Georgia. And so I had to make it there. Like I had to get out and live with my mommy and, you know, show her that I was going to be a good boy now and not go to prison anymore, and then go to visit my friends in Madison and get, you know,
Wait, who's the girl?
get laid and get drunk and get high.
I'm curious about who this woman is that's just like prepared to have sex with a guy who just got out of prison, sight unseen.
Well, so it was an interesting situation of our paths crossing. Is she had been sentenced to go to a program herself,
Oh,
and
was about to go.
yeah, like I got out and she
It's
was leaving
romantic.
like a week later, and she had known about it for months. Like she had gotten sentenced, and you know, a lot of people get time to prepare for their prison sentence.
Yeah.
If you have money and you have a lawyer, you
I would be
can-
preparing by killing myself.
Yeah. So I didn't have that luxury. You know, when I took the bus to go to prison, there was a couple guys that got on the bus from court and were like on the street that day and were going and knew their sentence, you know, and knew all this. And I was just like, fuck you, man. I got arrested one night in a blackout, found out what I had done the next day, and then for 6 months sat in the county jail waiting to figure out what happened. You know, what people don't realize is when you get fucking arrested, you don't know what the fuck is going to happen. And if it's felonies, you're waiting a minimum of 120 days before you look a judge in the eyes, bro, other than a bond hearing. Bond hearings happens in the first 72 hours.
What about the right to a speedy trial?
Bullshit doesn't exist if you don't have money.
Yeah.
If you have money, the judicial system is way different. But just think of the concept of a bond. You can fucking murder somebody. And if you have enough money to get a lawyer to convince a judge that you're not a flight risk, you can be out of jail the next fucking day.
Yeah.
And just go into court from the street. It's crazy, dude. All it takes is money. And if you don't have money and you accidentally break a cop's fucking jaw, you know, sort of accidentally, maybe not, I don't know.
You're blacked out. Maybe you're trying to give him a hug or a kiss.
Yeah, and just don't happen to have $10,000, then you have to fucking sit in jail, you know?
Damn.
There's so much uncertainty. There's such a long period of uncertainty in jail that I don't think people realize is the worst part.
That poor cop.
Yeah. You know, he came to my bond hearing and actually spoke on my behalf.
He's actually a really nice guy.
No, he just said he didn't believe it was a malicious intent, and he aided in the charge being dropped from assault on a law enforcement officer to felony obstruction.
Nice.
Yeah, which is two very different charges.
Of course.
Yeah.
Assault on a Leo.
It holds like a minimum of like 3 years.
How about assault on an Aries?
What? Or assault on a Virgo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Well,
get it.
what if you put some salt on an Aquarius? Does it shrivel up?
Wow. Great question. One of the signs should be an octopus.
Right?
Yeah. I'm gonna start telling babes that. So what's your sign? Octopus?
It's a leap year, baby. When you were
Never
born on
knew.
February 29th.
I was born on December
32nd.
39th. I'm on some whole other shit you can't comprehend.
The 11th of November.
Yeah, that's fire.
I think we covered, if you, probably should say this in the beginning of the episode. Spoilers.
Put it in the description.
Yeah, we spoiled the fuck out of the movie for you guys, man, but it was
What a great film.
So awesome. I hope I didn't
Go
ruin
check it out.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and if you weren't going to check it out, now you know everything about it.
Yeah.
And we got to talk about it because we're going to have a guest next week.
We could have Francisco on, I think. Well, you're working again this Sunday, huh?
This Sunday, yeah, that's why we're doing this tonight. So it'll be next Sunday, and we'll talk about who we
Yeah.
want the guest to be.
I'll reach out to some people. Maybe we could have Brett on. We'll see. Currently in the mental hospital. Free Brett.
Free Brett, hashtag now.
The standard podcast hasn't been a new episode in a week, and I'm dying, bro.
Oh, man. That's
The last episode ended with him. He was sending screenshots of his Instagram story to ChatGPT and being like, "What kind of guy am I?" And ChatGPT was like, "You're fresh yet fierce, and your attitude is giving husband energy." Like ChatGPT just sucking him off. It was crazy. Anyway, that's about it for me. We're at 95 minutes.
Are we at 95 minutes?
96.
One
Oh,
last,
96,
one
yeah.
last thing
Sure.
I want to talk about. I want to talk about serious. How do you feel about the comedy show in Riyadh?
I don't know anything about this.
There is a comedy show. It took place already in Saudi Arabia, and our boy Gills shot it down, publicly shot it down, turned down a cool mill for one night.
He can afford to do that, though.
Yeah, but he's quoted as saying, "I take a strong stance. You don't 9/11 your homies." That's why he wouldn't do the show in Riyadh.
Good
but
for him. That's funny.
Louis did it.
I'm sure.
Bill Burr did it. I think your boy Aziz Ansari did it.
Not my boy.
Which I think is fine. Tim Dillon was gonna do it, but you know how Tim Dillon goes on his podcast. Do you ever listen to the Tim Dillon show?
No.
It's a lot. It's fucking funny, but it's a lot.
I can't handle him yelling. So
It's
much. I've seen little clips of it.
It gets me a little worked up, man.
His explanation of, I heard something of him talking about alcoholism and talking about drinking martinis, and I was like, this is good. He's funny.
He's great. But
you need to have
He
two
went-
beefeater
he went-
martinis.
Yeah, he went on and on about how he was gonna do it. He disclosed the amount of money he was being paid. He was like, fuck everybody who says it ain't cool. He's like, so they have slaves. I don't fucking care. They're probably pleasant people. And apparently the Saudi Arabians did not take kindly to his comments, and they pulled him off the card.
Oh.
So he lost out on like a $300,000 paycheck
Speaking
for
of
one night.
slavery,
Could you
a friend of
I can
mine
pay my house off, dude.
keeps sending stuff like this to our group chat.
What is this? Oh my god. Which baby is this?
It's both of them. It's both his kids.
Oh my god.
So a friend of mine keeps sending pictures of his children. His little babies and saying, this is a descendant of slave owners.
That's horrible. Why?
I don't know. I was like, that's a sweet little baby. He was like, that's my point.
It's pretty fun.
Whatever.
That's pretty fun.
It's a psycho.
So I think that there's some people made some videos calling them like, you know, sellouts or something for going to Saudi Arabia and doing
I would go.
a show. Not only
For
feel like
the frick of it.
they're fucking comedians and this is what they do for a living, right? But also like
Do people even speak English there?
yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
so, well, they did a show in Bahrain the night before, and then they went to Riyadh, which Bahrain is different. Bahrain, you're allowed to drink and stuff. It's like the party town in that area. But, you know, Riyadh is a legit alcohol-free state, you know, kingdom. You don't fucking... And there were two rules. You couldn't talk about the royalty, and you couldn't talk about the religion. Those were the two rules that were off the table for the comedians.
Can you talk about them dismembering Jamal Khashoggi?
Probably not. But the list apparently started off very long and got shortened. But all these like cheap shot taken B-list or D-list nobody comedians are like shitting on them for taking like Mark Maron, your boy Mark Maron got all
Mark
fucking-
Maron's not a D-list comedian. He's a superstar.
Mark Maron is a jackass.
Good for him, dude.
He's like whining about it. I can't believe these guys.
Oh, I did hear about this because I saw Stavros making fun of it also.
Yeah, but it's also like, dude, you know, these people are taking leaps and bounds in the free speech area, and this is kind of unprecedented to have a stand-up comedy show. This is like the introduction of live stand-up comedy to that area. It doesn't exist.
It shouldn't,
Why not?
because they don't get to have that and then also have slaves. I think would be a good standard to set. You know?
Well, what if this is like
It's like
the
people
tip
shouldn't
of
be
the
going and
spear?
performing in Israel.
But what if this is the tip of the spear?
You think that the comedy is going to make it so that they no longer have, you know, horrible human rights practices and dismember people that criticize their government and steal all of our golfers? Fucking assholes.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, but I think that, you know, free speech should be able to be practiced anywhere, and that if comedy is being allowed somewhere, it's a good thing, regardless.
It's not what it's about. It's about them
How
being able
many
to spend
motherfuckers
money
in
to
America?
make them look like if they spend enough money. Oh, now we look like a normal country. That's their whole thing with all the sports too.
Dude, but
It's
how
like
much
you're not.
fucking
You're a
horrible
petro
shit goes
state.
on in this country, man? You know?
Not as much as over there.
Oh, horse shit.
USA rules.
Yeah, of course it does. It's where we live. It's still a fucked up place, man. You know? I think that it's a good thing. I think the comedy show
Okay.
is a good thing.
I just found out about it, but I disagree.
Yeah. You're disagreeing for funsies. Why don't you do your research and we'll bring it back up next time.
I just did my research. It's in Riyadh. I think it's stupid. I think the people that are going there and are defending it did it because they got a big ass check. They're not like, I'm here to spread free speech. Otherwise, they wouldn't have agreed to those content restrictions.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
they also...
You also, in the United States, you can do a comedy show, you can be like, fuck the president.
Yeah, and he'll fucking lean on the production company that owns your fucking studio and have you attempted to be fired.
Yeah, that was not chill. And
That was horseshit.
Now Jimmy Kimball is back, so.
Yeah, he is. And dude, and he's rocking it. His ratings have sucked dick for years, and now he's like the number.
Not a particularly funny guy.
No,
The
he's
Man
not.
Show was cool.
Yeah, that was because Adam Carolla was on it, though. But yeah,
Doug Stanhope. Area.
power to Riyadh, power to all the comedians that went to that show. Jimmy
Okay.
Spice out.
Peace.
I'm loose.